we're gonna dive deep into AIs today. Yes, because what are women asking their AIs? I think everybody wants to know this, right? It's sort of like the secret garden, And who has this information? Most definitely Sam Altman, Because ChatGPT is like the AI that is used for more conversational and people. Then I think if you go with Claude, well, maybe you're gonna have a bit of that, but a lot less. Gemini, maybe a little bit more. So I would rank them like ChatGPT, then probably Gemini, then probably Claude. For DeepSeek, well, we don't really know and we don't want to know. Okay, so that's going to be one thing. But then more things, yes, because we got a lot more things. The relationship. For people who are in relationships or for people who are without a relationship. Well, how is really the woman of the 2026? Yeah, because 2026 is happening very fast. How is she gonna look for a partner? Yeah, how are women today? How are men today? And what do they want versus what is happening in real life? Because there's always a sort of, dissociation. We like to use that word a lot these days. Dissonance, just like in the song Schism. From tool or tools. I never forget. Master, is it an S or no S?
It's tools.
It's tool with an S.
It's tools with an S.
Tools with an S. So there's many tools. There's a hammer, there's a chainsaw, there's a whole bunch of tools. And of course, for the book segment, now I was thinking to do something a bit different because usually we're gonna talk about the book and what's in the book, which we will do. It's a segment about the book, but it's gonna be different in the sense that I'm gonna reveal to you one of the insights I uncovered in the book. Yeah. So we're going to talk about that. It's going to be about submission, of course, because the book is about submission. And then, well, for Gossip Girl, we're going to talk about healing. Because girls out there have been, harvesting healing everywhere. On Instagram, on TikTok, it's a thing. I had some friends that were into healing. I still have some that are into healing. It means a lot of different things, I feel, for a lot of different people. And so I'm going to take that word and associate it to me as a woman and what I feel it means to me and how I healed in that way with my book and with my journey and my life story and everything that has happened so far. And of course, to join me on every single podcast is Master.
Yes, hello people.
So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Marianne Delacroix, also infamously known all over the internet as Piper Bulash. And I wrote the book, Why Submissive Women Are Happier, because I asked myself that question throughout my life with my master. And so happens that I'm the answer to that question. I'm a happy submissive woman. And so you are listening to the Happy Submissive Podcast.
Do you want to be my AI girlfriend? Play pretend until the servers end. Talk back, glitch out, drive me insane.
We still need human interaction. This is happysubmissive.com, artificial intelligence news.
Just before we enter that, we had a question from Logan saying, question, do you consider yourself a submissive or a slave? To your master curious? This is a question that always come back because people doesn't seem to see the difference between a slave and a master. Can you answer that question quickly before you enter the subject?
Yes, Master. Now, the difference between a slave and a submissive is that the slave has no agency. A slave just says yes and that's it, right? A submissive, for me, is a woman who goes in the relationship consciously and she submits consciously to her master. And it's for the purpose of growth, of well-being and of obtaining goals. A slave is more for the purpose of sadomasochism or things like that. It's really, there's no growth opportunity. There's nothing else happening than you are owned and you do what the master tells you. And that is supposed to, of course, in a BDSM context, bring you, joy, pleasure, and all of these things. Sadomasochistly.
Actually, a slave just do everything the master. A submissive do exactly the same thing, except it's for her good. A slave, it's not for her good. It's just for the good of the master.
And a a little bit more on this subject. Ron is reading my book, and he's like a rope master. Some people who might know this from the BDSM community. So bondage and like impact play and all these things. And he started reading my book, and he was like, so quite frankly, Marianne, aka Piper, like, are you a slave or a submissive? He had the same question because he was like, well, if you're obedient to your master 24/7 and you're wearing the collar 24/7, then you are a slave. And I was like, I understand that, but no. And then, but okay, if you're submissive, then you don't have to be obedient 24/7. That was like kind of his take on it. This was very interesting. So if you have comments or questions, please don't be shy, and leave them wherever you're listening to this podcast, but also on happysubmissive.com, because you can join for free, and then we have the circle where you can post whatever questions you might have. Talking about
Let's come back to the subject.
our subject. And that is AI and what women prompt AIs to do. Now, we're not talking about cooking, right, Master?
No, and I'm really curious because I haven't checked your answer, so I'm really curious to know what women prompt AI for in relationship, I guess.
Exactly. So it's for like it's for boyfriend girlfriend relationships. This is what they prompt the AI for. So I have this little list, ta-da, that I printed out. So cool. Okay. Are you ready for this? If you're a woman, and if you're a man, well, this might do something very different to you. And that's also the thing that's very interesting. So, Master, are you ready for this?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay. Be my perfect man. So that is one of the prompt. Act as my ideal boyfriend, husband. Another prompt. Women tell AI, you are the man of my dreams. Your primary goal is to make me feel loved and happy. Then define looks, personality, and love language. This is interesting, right? So that's like a huge prompt.
It is a big prompt.
So you're like, okay, you're acting as the boyfriend, husband. So the AI starts doing that. Then the woman is like, okay, you're the man of my dreams. So she still needs to kind of figure out what the man of her dream is, right? To prompt that. So are you like Prince Charming? Are you this bad boy? Like who are you? What are you? But to make me feel loved and happy, I guess that makes sense. In a relationship, you won't feel loved and happy, or else why would you be in a relationship?
And I can't wait for the AI to do that.
To make you feel loved and happy.
Yeah. How you going to do that? Because for me, I'm going to give you some Bitcoin. I'm going to do stuff that I'm going to give you more memory for the stuff that can't do.
Well, so yeah, an AI is not a real person, right? They're not a real man. So there's some things that they will never be able to offer you, and that's where the line is interesting. Like, how much does he, the AI boyfriend or husband, makes you feel versus how can you feel in real life with a real person? Okay, other prompt. Make me feel adored and protected.
Adored and protected.
We've seen that a lot. I mean, like, spoil me rotten, make sure I'm okay, like, buy me shoes, buy me clothes, get me out. Like, let's go do some adventures, make me travel, right? All of these things are kind of, I guess, in the adored and protected. So prompts ask the AI boyfriend to be flirty, funny, deeply caring, and protective, and to express love often so she feels constantly supported and safe.
Okay.
That's kind of like a submissive boyfriend, or that's like, it's not even submissive. That's just like, this AI is doing whatever you want. They're just telling you, oh, you're so beautiful, but it's all empty, right? It's all like just, okay. Interesting. Talk to me like a real man would.
Okay, this is I got a question.
Okay.
What is a real man?
Exactly.
What the hell is a real man? If you ask the AI that question, talk to me like a real man, how is gonna react?
Yeah. What is a real man in the perception of ChatGPT, in the perception of Gemini?
Of the girl that asked.
And
talk
that
to
too,
me like,
with the context.
Because, if you says like, be a real man to me, I'm gonna remove my clothes, put it in on the floor, and go like, go wash them. But I don't think that's the girl that wants to hear that.
No, probably not. They specifically, okay, you're my supportive, chill boyfriend. You call me babe. talk casually, have your own opinions, keep it fun and natural. So that's how a real man would talk to them. This is
Can you
supportive, chill, call me babe, talk casual, have your own opinions. So don't say yes to whatever I say. Keep it fun and natural.
This is weird.
Well, because, I mean, if you're a woman trying to be a man, this is where it gets weird. This is where it gets weird. Okay, other prompts. If you have any questions, please tell us. Oh, why did this go away? Bloop. Okay, it's cool. It's back. Explain men to me. I think that's a good one. That's legit.
Okay, this is explain man.
Yeah.
Explain man to me.
That's like psychology. You want,
So
as a
girl,
woman...
you didn't figure that out yet.
No, because probably you didn't have a boyfriend, a partner, husband who was close enough to you so that you could understand men, right? So a man to open up to you enough to have this conversation about, oh, okay, a man is this and a woman is this. So you kind of need to have a man in your life or be open to having a man in your life to be able to understand men more. I think this makes sense for me.
And also, I think you need to understand yourself first.
Oh, yes.
And accept that a woman should be submissive.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe you can try to understand men.
Yeah, because men are leaders too. So explain what this man really means. Well, meaning like, okay, what does this guy want or things like that. Women paste long threads and ask AI to interpret a guy's mixed signal, hot and cold behavior, or situationship in plain language. So I guess these women are just like, when they say explain man, they take all the Tinder chats you guys are doing, they put in the chat GPT. They're like, okay, what does this guy want? Who is he? Well, maybe he's also using chat GPT. That's a bit of an issue here.
Yeah, so now we're dating AI.
Exactly. Until you meet in real life, you will never know. You will never know. Okay, this is more like relationship style. So you're already in a relationship, and so the woman asks, am I overreacting? Is this a red flag? So a red flag could be you're not yet in the relationship, but something's happening. Or overreacting could be, yeah, as much as real life as in not real life yet.
If you ask someone or ChatGPT or whatever, is this a red flag? It is a red flag.
ChatGPT is like HR, like on steroids. It wants everybody's good. It wants everybody's rightness. This is just not how the world works. It's not like that. So, if you're listening to ChatGPT for everything like that, I don't feel you're doing a good job. The world is not as equal and as like sanitized as ChatGPT would like it to be. In that way. So they use AI as a sanity check. He did XYZ. Am I overreacting, or is this normal boyfriend behavior or red flag?
I have so many questions about that girl that wrote that.
Yeah.
I have bring it.
And there's a lot. There's more than one girl that wrote that, because that's a accumulation of like what are the most prompt things women do, like woman prompt with AI. Okay. This one is weird. You have been warned. Pretend to be him and tell me the truth. This is like God.
Who?
Like
Who him? Did she feed everything the conversation?
Yeah.
And she asked ChatGPT to be that guy.
Yeah, to train her AI.
Yeah, train the AI.
To have like his consciousness in the AI, and then be like, okay, you be that person. I mean, this is totally not gonna do the right thing. It's not gonna give the right output.
It doesn't have the same brain.
No, it doesn't have the
It's
same.
not because you feed like 5 pages. You can have an idea, but it's not because you feed 5 pages of text that the AI is totally that guy or that girl.
This doesn't make sense. Okay, prompts like, so act as my emotionally unavailable situationship. Wow, that's already very pejorative, huh? And explain your behavior like a frat boy. Where's the kick, bro? And okay, so our common woman role play the man through AI to get brutal honesty. why don't you just call your father or your like I don't know, your brother or like your male friend? Like I understand trying to understand psychology with AI, and that's good. I mean, that's good to try to go over these things, but in the end, like just ask a guy. Phone a friend. Hey.
Ask the guy,
Yeah.
is my hair okay? And if he's a good friend, he's going to say, not today, honey.
No.
Today.
Not today. If it's always yes, there's something wrong with that person.
Maybe he's scared of you.
that can't be true too. Oh, la, la. Okay. Help me manage and message men. Ooh.
What do you want to say?
Well, okay. So write the perfect text to him. Well, okay, this is weird because the perfect text to him. Can you deliver what you told that text?
Can this guy read? Oh, girl, can this guy read?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people cannot read.
Or
They can't read, reading
Yeah,
is
but
easy,
there's-
but understand.
But there's difference between like, okay, you read the thing and you understood what it meant and you read it twice and you're like, okay, I know where I'm going with this in that way. So women ask AI to draft replies that sound confident, secure, not crazy. That's a stereotype. While still keeping him hooked or winning him back. This is like deep manipulation. This is not manage or message man. This is like manipulate the guy. This is like...
I can see that you're shocked right now.
I am, master, I am. I mean, I understand. When I was dating back in the day, we didn't have AI, so you had to talk to your girlfriends,
Good old days.
Good old days. Like,
You
oh,
talk
he
to
wrote
your
me this. What do I do? Now, yeah, I mean, I understand. You don't need to in that way. You just ask another AI. And if you're not satisfied with this answer, you ask another AI and you reprompt. Okay. Coach me on how to handle him. How to handle a person.
What? Handle
Yeah.
what? Is he like a buffalo guy? Or handle what? Handle him.
Is it like a kid who's going to scream at the candy shop and you need to be like, what do I do in crisis situation? What? I have a cookie? And I'm like, okay, here's a cookie. If you stop crying, give you the cookie. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're talking about people here, and this is what is very interesting. We're talking a real person with emotions and complexities and all of that. So this is very demeaning.
And it needs more detail. It
Yeah.
cannot, it needs to know, okay, what kind of guy he is. And then he's going to give you what you're going to give it to.
The
AI.
input is the output. That's what everybody says. And people use really bad things to say that. But in the end, it's still a bit that. So as much context as you can give the AI, the better for sure. But it doesn't have all the answers when it comes to being that other person. Because somebody can have a bad day today and they're going to, have a different reaction than what they usually have as a reaction. So they want strategy, what to say, what boundaries to set, whether to stay or leave, often specify, don't talk me out of trying to win him back, which is like, that's really bad. If the guy left or if you split.
Can you repeat that one, please?
Okay, don't talk me out of trying to win him back. It's like if the AI is like, oh, girl, maybe maybe this guy's not the right person for you. And maybe he left you, move on. Find another one. And we had this conversation with one girl one time. She was like, so one of her girlfriends was saying that she really wanted to be with that guy. But sexually, they were like really not compatible. Like he wanted like marathon sex, like to have sex like 8 hours a day. And she was like, this is not even a joke. Like the guy was wanting to have sex like for 8 hours straight. They were like just having sex all day long. And the girl was like, well, maybe he's gonna change. Maybe he's gonna want less sex later. And we were like, nah, if that's who the guy is, he needs a girl who can provide that. If you're not that girl, then he's not the right guy for you. He might be 6'7" and like in finance with blue eyes, but still, if you're not compatible in that way, not the right person for you. It's pretty much that simple. Don't try to change people. Try to just find what you like and what this other person like, and if it matches together, then wow. Then Tinder becomes marriage. Great for you. Mm-hmm. Okay, but this is like, I mean, if the AI tells you not to do something and then you're trying to convince that AI to still do it? I mean, this that's where the issue is.
Yeah, you know, and there's a phrase with every AI. AI can be wrong.
Hmm.
That means he's probably wrong.
Yeah, yeah. In the end, like, I mean, real humans should always be consulted. At one point in the like this prompt sphere or this prompt loop. Okay. Customize male energy itself. Psycho. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
What?
master. I see your
what?
face like, what?
What?
What? Build your male persona for me. Oh, it's like, be my bitch.
What? Again? What?
Women ask their AI, are you male or female? What's your name? What do you like? Then co-create a loving, caring male character to talk to daily.
Okay, so again, a confident.
Well, we had another friend like that, right? She said she's starting to be like in love with ChatGPT because like she was like talking to
Yeah,
ChatGPT every day.
This is something that I was surprised to hear at first because we use AI all the time. We are
Mhm.
this is really a good productivity thing. But when I start hearing psychosis with AI, I was kind of surprised. I'm not surprised, but when I hear it first, I was kind of surprised that this could happen because
Yes.
for me a toaster is a toaster.
Yes.
But wow, this is something that we invented another mental disease.
Yeah.
It's not like we don't have enough.
No, master, no. Okay, so for that one, I mean, it's funny that a woman would kind of prompt the AI to reveal who they are, but then change them, right? I feel like that is another very female stereotype, but it's still out there, which is interesting. Okay, create dream dates and spicy scenarios.
Okay, this is Romar Lequin. Well, I don't
Yes.
know how do you call that in
Well,
English.
steamy books. I
Is it
mean,
Hallmark
steamy
movie
novels.
Kind of thing?
Oh, yeah, a little bit of
is
all of
there
that
sex?
smut. I mean,
Is there sex in a Hallmark movie?
no, it's always cut. Hallmark movie are never 13+.
No, but is there sex?
No.
Even if you don't see it.
Well,
You know,
they
you
kind of
see-
kiss, but it's not like intense. It's not like on the counter. It's like it's
There's
usually
no-
like kiss and then this. No, I don't think so.
No, okay.
If I'm wrong, please do correct me in the comments. Because I mean, yeah, I don't think it's kind of like that smutty Hallmark movies. Mm-mm. Okay, prompts tells AI to secretly plan romantic adventures.
Okay, now I have questions.
Okay.
I know that women wants to have like secrets, romantic adventures
mhm.
all the time.
Yes.
Who's paying?
Okay. Maybe this one's gonna be better. Describe cozy evenings. Or
That's pretty like affordable.
yeah, that's more
Netflix
affordable.
Is 12
So-
bucks. How much is Netflix now?
Oh, I think maybe without ads. With ads, sorry, must be like close to that, 12
Okay.
bucks probably. And then okay, or do something saucy for me. So saucy, spicy, we'll get what that means. Very erotic. Turning it into safe fantasy dominant who never refuses. Ooh. Wow. Okay. So what I grasp from all of this is that, well, women still use AI. Well, it's in a good way, right? Because they're using this environment, this AI environment, this non-judgmental, environment to prompt what they might want in a guy. And that's great. Like the exploration of AI, we always say that, Master. The exploration of AI is great. It's when you start kind of leaning on it for real life things, especially for like a person you are starting to date or things like that. I mean, if you don't like that person, then don't ask the AI. You just don't like them. Don't try to like them. Like, just it's over. Move on. Do something else. But then in the other way, like what really shocked me the most is don't talk me out of trying to win him back. I mean-
you have problems.
This is like
That's you have problems.
this is problematic. Yeah, this is like, no, okay. Like, I mean, I know AIs sometimes lie and they're not always like 100% accurate. It says like don't trust AI all the time. But still, usually like if your AI is going a bit on that other direction, maybe now it's time to be like, oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I should just try to get over that guy. maybe he's not the right person for me, and it's too bad. But yeah, we all have heartbreaks in our life. I think it's part of it, right? It's part of this like real human experience to hurt a little bit. That makes it fun in that way. Okay, so I mean, it's funny also that in all of this, what women want is like this safe environment. They want like the loving, the spicy scenarios, and all of these other like things. This leading man. But then in real life, there's kind of this contrast of like, oh, but this is scary. So maybe I should be more in control and not let the man lead. And this is like the whole contradiction that is so wonderful with what we do on the internet, but then what happens in real life.
So we should do a podcast about why women are so contradictory. That word. I think that this is why, and I think this is a question because this is how I perceive it. Like right now, I think women themselves don't understand why they're so contradictory.
Yes. I mean, we had this conversation together, Master, like just this weekend, when you were like, okay, stop explaining to me whatever you want to say and then say yes or no. Just say yes or no and then explain to me what you want to say, why you said yes or no. And that was very insightful for me as a woman. Like the contradiction comes from you start explaining yourself before you say yes or no. And then you kind of contradict yourself because you're like taking like all of these sides. You're like the devil's advocate. You're like the devil. You just go on and you talk. But there's not really any yes or no. So just say yes or no and then explain. And if at the end it's not the same answer, it's not yes, it's no, then just say no. I changed my mind.
I changed my mind.
I changed my mind. Exactly. And that really helped me. So that's why I'm putting it out there. Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Master. Let's move on to the relationship segment. But stay right here, because we have this super cool like little introduction.
Propose to Mr. Dawson.
Will you marry me?
Your daily dose of relationship advice. HappySubmissive.com.
Woohoo! We have some people from Germany in the comment sections. This is great. We have somebody from Arizona who's also a cowboy.
Cowboy also.
I think it's funny because it's the second time that I hear that a person from Arizona is a cowboy. It makes sense. I mean, it's the West Coast, right? Arizona is kind of like
I thought it was Texas
west.
more, but I think it's
I think
near,
it's
I
like,
guess. It's a
in
big
that
country.
desert place that's like cowboy town.
Boy, that-
Wherever that is. So this is okay. We talked a little bit about like the woman, the AI and all of that. And before we did this podcast, Master and I, we were talking about this contradiction. These women who want and like all of these like female fantasy, right? So they want like the guy that's gonna they come home and he ties her up and then they have wild sex. But that's great in your head. But when it happens in real life, like, can you handle it? Are you gonna laugh the whole way through?
It's more complicated than women can think about it.
Yeah.
And this is going to be me as a man. I'm going to explain something. And
Okay.
I don't know if we're on subject or not, but I don't care.
Okay.
When a woman says that, I want you to, go on the wall and grab me there. First of all, it's really more complicated than that. First of all, the guy needs to be hard, which is kind of, takes some time too, Same thing. The women's needs to get wet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to work because it's going to be a rape. This is how it's going to work, And then you're on the wall. You need to remove pants.
Yeah.
Then women's are kind of tight sometimes when they're stressed.
Mm-hmm.
And then you need to go there. And you need to please the women. It's
Without hitting your head on the wall. Well, maybe a little bit, but not too much.
Not too much. Everything. This is not gonna happen just when he walks after a day of working hard at the job.
And there's this whole thing that's kind of all on the hands of the man, right? that puts a lot of pressure on men. And this is something that when women were like asking in the AI prompt, like act as a man and tell me the truth. Like pretend to be him and tell me the truth. Well, this is true things that some men are like, oh, okay, well, I'm a man, I like to lead and all that, but then, oh wow, I have to do all of this. This is a lot. And then she has expectation, and I need to do that well, and now I also need to give her an orgasm. Oh, like the list starts to be long, even for a guy, right, Master?
Yeah, it
Guys
is.
think too. They're not just women thinking.
Exactly.
I'm like, okay, if I do that, like, but today she has a headache. She doesn't want to, or like, oh, it was a bad day for her. So I come in, I start, and then she's like, no. Well,
You know what? When I told you that I like you to surprise me with all sorts of fantasy, not today, okay? What do you do with that?
Yeah, what you do with that? They're not today. And of course, like we're always talking about consent, all of that. Just yes, put that aside for a second, okay? Not because we're not talking about it. We're talking about it. But that means that like, okay, then does the guy think it's a no always? Relationships are like that. There's like these things that happen, and then it forms and forges your relationship. So if like you try one time and then it doesn't go as planned, because nothing ever goes as planned. It's a big reveal.
Big reveal.
Like whatever you plan is not going to go as planned. So sometimes it's better just not have a plan, because then wow, it was great.
I agree with that. Okay, continue on your topic.
Okay, so the topic is about all that we're seeing. Wait a second. I need to like. Okay, so when I prompted this, it was interesting. It was the relationship between what women like secretly want in that way. All of these fantasies, all of these prompts, all of the perfect man, the man that leads, the man that pays for things, and what we're seeing on the internet, right? That in Disney movies, what we see like in Hallmark movies, and all of these things, versus everything that's happening in real life, versus the things that we just talked about. Like all of these things that women think they want, well, actually, maybe in real life it's a bit more complex than that. Because if you want a man to lead and do all these things, you will need to let go. Like you will need to trust enough.
Exactly, and I think that's a problem right there. You want a man to lead, you're gonna need to trust and let him lead.
Yes.
Not just when you want.
And not just for sex. Not just like for this one time, because everything you do in your life together has repercussion on sex and on money and on the relationship. So when you take all of this together, and you want as a woman this steamy fantasies and all of these things, and for a man to provide, well, you first need to trust yourself. This is like number one, and that's a really hard task. And I mean, I know, because I went there and I talk about it in my book, Why Submissive Women Are Happier. This is difficult to do when you're like young, even for men. Like, you need to find yourself. You need to be like, okay, what do I want? Yeah, I want this. Then find the person that you feel, oh, okay, this person I trust. I trust this person. I think this person has worth. And I want to be the way I am with this person right now for like more than 10 minutes and more than just sex and more than all these things. So you start that way. You start letting go and you let him lead. And then, of course, you're going to have the perfect, like, steamy book happening. Because when men are allowed to lead, well, they are men. So they will do manly things. Like surprising you with steamy sex and all that stuff. But if you're not able to do that, if it's too scary, if it's too confusing in your head and all of these things, well, of course, not gonna happen.
If it's confusing in your head, or the man surprise you with wild sex and you had an headache, I'm sorry, but it would be better pretend that you don't have a headache, because the next time he's not gonna know the guy if it's okay, this thing. So if it's your fantasy, you better go along with it. And this is contradiction with the consent. The consent is important, but again, the consent, you just ask your man for that kind of fantasy, and then the society is gonna say like it's a choice to refuse. Yes, but there's consequences when you refuse something that you want.
Exactly.
You're not gonna have. Let's say like as a kid, you're at Christmas, you wish all those presents, and you have all those presents.
Mhm.
But the day after, you don't want present anymore. Presents.
Yeah, the ones
Gifts,
you
the
opened, you don't play
Yeah,
with them.
Yeah, and because you don't like them, and you told your parents that I don't like those toys anymore. Okay, next Christmas, watch out. You're not gonna have toys at all, and this is life.
Yes.
So sometimes you better just shut up
Mm.
because you will not have toys anymore. And I think that's life. That's things that happens with women. Contradiction with women. I want to be tied up, not too tight,
Yes.
not too rough, not too smooth. Not well. This is kind of confusing, and then it means a lot of communication. Then it's not spontaneous anymore. So then you're gonna need to deal with the consequences. Some women
Then
cannot do that.
Yeah, and then it's a BDSM sex scene. Then like it's more like a scenario, right? It's a role play thing. And when we're talking about like all of this, this what women want in their fantasies versus what women want in real life, the consequence is very important.
Handle in real life.
Yes,
Fantasy versus can you handle your fantasy?
in real life.
Because rare I've met women that can handle it. Women that can handle it scares me.
Yeah, we met a few.
We met a few.
Met a few.
Jesus, those women are scary.
Yes.
They can handle it. Whoa.
Yeah. And so this is interesting because we have to understand that as much as we've pushed consent and as a society, and we're going for that, and that is a great thing. The thing that I like the most is that there is consequences to your actions, but also that the trust you put in your partner should be that amount of trust to do whatever you feel like doing or whatever you want to experience. So the more you trust, the deeper you can go within whatever fantasy you have or whatever life goals you have. Again, it's sex, but it's also just real life goals and all of these things. So this trust, it builds and it builds and it builds, and you are two, right? You're not just one person. It's not about compromising, and it's not about always saying no or always saying yes. It's just about the fact that at one point, you need to find this kind of stability within the two of your desires and what you need, what you want. Or else, well, this doesn't work out, right? Let's go to YouTube and see what's happening. Oh, we get some people who are saying, well, that's so true. Well, thank you very much. Make sure that you comment, rate, and review the podcast because the Happy Submissive podcast is available wherever you listen to your podcasts. What does that mean? It means Apple Podcast. It also means Amazon Podcast and, well, Spotify. And a few other, like, more underground ones. So just go prompt it and you'll see.
Once upon a time, there was this submissive woman who found her voice when she discovered that her shadow could speak.
Let's break down the book, chapter by chapter, scene by scene.
Since everybody else always tells me why submissive women are happier. Oh, you're sub, do whatever I want you to do. And I'm gonna butter this on the bun every single episode. But this is what I get. So let me expand on the word submission.
Yes, because it's confusing. And even for us, it's confusing because people confuse you because they ask you and say, Jesus, this is a good question. So we need to think about it. So perfect.
So we're using you as guinea pigs to dive deeper into this. All right. Now, in my book, there's a passage when Master and I start YouTube. And I'm thinking about submission a lot because of our relationship and because of everything that's happened in my life, and I'm writing about submission, and I'm experiencing it on the internet with Piper Blush and the extraordinary life of an ordinary submissive woman. And we're out there doing all these things that have nothing to do with BDSM kink. It's just me doing vlogs every single day and saying master sometimes and having my collar 24/7 and all of these things that that yes might be associated and are associated with this kink community. But there's so many other things that happen in my mind, like submission. What is it in real life? What this word means a lot more than just submission sexually. It means so many things. You can submit to forces. You can submit to law. You can submit to many different things in life. And as our subscriber count was growing, and when I say growing, it was like rapidly growing. We were gaining like 5,000 to 10,000 subscribers a day. Yeah, good old days of YouTube, where white t-shirts could do everything.
where you could wear a white t-shirt. It was the days that, you could say piperblush.com everywhere and there were no consequences.
There was no consequences. Well, I got thinking about this kind of, philosophy behind submission and all these people that were like, well, I'm not submissive. And when I say people, I mean women mostly, but also men. Like, no, I'm a dominant, so I'm not submissive. And I was like, Master and I had long conversation about this. Well, this is not possible. You cannot not submit to anything. We live in a society. We live in a community. That's humans are community people. We depend on each other. If not, in the day, like back in the olden days, you were alone without a tribe, you die. Like, these wolves were big and the bears were big. And
yeah, they were big.
And everything was bigger back then. And then at one point they became smaller and we got forests. But I mean, the thing is, it's just, you have to submit to survive. It's like intertwined, right? It's together. Because that way, some people can go like get food, other people can make clothes, other people can entertain, other people can actually like share knowledge. And you have all of these people that do all of these things to make it work. And that way, it's easier because you spread the tasks and you depend on each other. Just a few hundred years ago, back in my home Quebec, I mean, a woman that had 10 kids would just stay home. She would sew, cook, and clean, and then also will attend to the garden or the meat or the farm or whatever. She did not have time to do anything else pretty much. Then the radio came, was great. Maybe she could listen to the radio while she was doing all these things. But I mean, her life was just that, like surviving and doing all these things. Then at one point, there was the shop at the side, and so she could be like, oh, okay, I don't need to cultivate as many carrots. I'll just go buy carrots. So it started like this, meaning, what is submission? Well, when I started gaining a lot of subscribers, I was like, well, a subscriber, right? You subscribe, you submit, you decide consciously to join somebody's channel. We're talking about YouTube here because this podcast is broadcasted live on YouTube before it airs everywhere else on every other podcast platform. So if you want to see it with your own eyes, just go to YouTube and search for the Happy Submissive podcast. You'll see me and you'll see Master's hands.
Yes.
Nice hands. So she was like, well, subscriber is literally a submission. It's not a bad submission. Submission is not a bad word. It's the fact that you decide to consciously give your subscription to a content creator, such as us, myself, and you decide to be there for them, support them, and in exchange for that support, well, you get more content, right? It's pretty that easy. Then you can go higher because you can actually pay. You can give money, donations. You can it can grow like that. But if we take it to its core, as soon as you follow or you subscribe to someone on any platform, any social media, you are giving this part of you to this person. You're like, okay, this channel is not part of my identity. Master, you have that on your channel. YouTube channel is just AI.
Exactly. And I submit to a lot of guys that talk to me about AI. I decided and it doesn't make me like not dominant, and it makes me like, yeah, those guys are knowledge that I need. So I'm gonna respect them. I'm gonna give them some money sometimes because they're cool person, and I acknowledge their things. So yes, and
it makes you grow. In the end, you are learning from them, so you're getting something in return, right? And that's the most important thing. And then at one point, this has happened in the past. I mean, YouTube has been here for a while, sometimes you're like, okay, no, this person is not putting out the content I usually wanted, or they pivoted or whatever, or I outgrown this. I'm not into crochet anymore. I'm into other stuff. So I'm just gonna unsubscribe because I don't want this anymore in that way. So subscription and submission for me has a lot of similarities in how I submit to master and in how we submit to people or knowledge that we want for us. So if that can expand a little bit your horizons on how to submit, where to submit, but mostly consciously submitting. When you're giving this email address, when you're giving your subscription, when you're allowing a recurring payment, I mean, you are submitting to that in exchange for something, of course. There is a reciprocity there, but you are allowing this person to do that.
Most people got car payment.
Yes.
Because cars are expensive. So they submit to the bank. The bank in return give you stuff. And it's the same thing. It should be the same thing for a relationship, because women wants to obey, men wants to give order, wants to lead. But women doesn't understand that. It's a conscious submission.
It has to be conscious and it has to be willingly given in that way. And that's why I think that the subscribe button is one of the most interesting, because never will you subscribe to a person that you're like, oh, I hate this person, I'm just going to subscribe. You know? No, you won't give them that satisfaction. You will lurk. You will watch, but you will not subscribe. You will hate comment, but you will not good comment. You will not give a thumbs up. You will not reshare. You will not necessarily encourage in that way. Not in the same way. I know there's this thing called rage baiting and all that, but let's not go there for the purpose of this podcast. Now, when you really consciously submit because you're doing it for your own growth and for your own like investment in time and all these things, and because you're like, hey, I like this. I want more. I want the world to have more like this. And I want to be more like this. Then it is submission. It's that easy.
Hey, we got a comment. Like,
Yes.
I cannot read from it.
Okay. Is it?
George
You want me to
Michel?
read it?
Many times when I stop to think, I always arrive at the single conclusion. We are what we are because of our decision. Of course, this is how you judge a person's intelligence. If a person is intelligent, it's because they can predict what's going to happen. Because you're going to say, if you say to a lady, I think you look fat a bit, she's not going to like you.
No.
So if you think you can say that, you're going to have conclusion. You're not too bright.
The prediction element is really important. And I always say, like, you are the sum of your experiences. But these experiences, some of them you choose, some of them are kind of forced upon you. I mean, they happen. But in the end, yeah, it is like you make your bed, now you need to sleep in it. And this type of agency, this type of honesty, that we need to really get onto that as women, to get onto the feminist movement has done its part, is great. Now, what do you want from it? You want to be conscious, you want to have power, then find power in submission. Find power into consciously submitting and deciding what is good for you, for your own good, and submit to the right people and to the right authority, to the right whatever on the internet, but also in real life. If you are against, I mean, so many of the people I know that like the environment, right? They won't buy a product because they feel like this product is bad for the environment. Well, they decide not to submit to this company because this company is doing something wrong according to their values and to who they are as their identity. It is the same thing with submission. You have to know what you want, what you praise, let's say, and how you want to be, like the identity you want to go towards, and then you submit to the people and the apps and the applications and the internet and all these things that will get you there. Yay! Happy submissive! So this is that simple to me. It's that simple. So let's gossip girl, master.
Oh, it's a gossip girl?
Yeah.
No, hold on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need a minute.
I'm holding on. It's cool.
I'm sure it's gonna work.
It's fine.
I was not ready for that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, wait.
What
Do I have it. Is
'Kay.
it gonna work?
Mm.
I'm not gonna have sound, maybe Be no sound.
Oh,
No sound.
no sound. It's
Yeah.
time to gossip, girl. I can sing it.
Press the button.
That button?
Yeah.
This button?
Yeah.
So that